Your iPhone is a powerful tool that can do a lot of things easily and quickly. However, with all the great features, there comes a problem which is manageable but unavoidable. The problem is the battery drain issue. When your iPhone battery is low, you are obviously in danger of losing access to all its features, including email, phone calls, text, GPS, and even your ride home if you are using Uber. Things that can drain your battery without you noticing include apps running in the background and your iPhone searching for a Wi-Fi signal. Making a few fundamental changes in the way you use your iPhone can save battery daily, while quick fixes can add a few more minutes to your battery's lifespan. Hello guys, what's up? You are watching What Went Wrong. Today's topic is about how to improve your battery performance based on your daily usage. So in this topic, I'm going to break it into two parts. The first part will be a quick fix, some basic info which you should know and help you save your iPhone battery. The second part will be some minor details which also save battery life but based on preferences, which you can adjust according to your daily lifestyle. So let's dive in. Check your battery health. If your iPhone's battery life is particularly poor, it might be time to replace it. This is common in devices that are more than 2 years old. However, if you use your phone heavily, you might go through a battery quicker than that. Your device will report its maximum capacity at the top of the screen. When your iPhone is brand new, this is 100%. If your battery's maximum capacity is around 70%, or you see a warning about reduced peak performance capability, it might be time to replace the battery. If your device is still under warranty or covered by Apple Care Plus, contact Apple to arrange a free replacement. Even if your device is out of warranty, you can still take your device to Apple and get the battery replaced. Alternative, you can take the device to a third party and have the battery replaced for less. However, I won't recommend it because you never know how good the replacement battery will be. It is better to buy from Apple for assurance. Adjust screen brightness. Powering the display is the single biggest drain on your battery. By reducing the screen brightness will save you a great amount of battery. However, there is another feature, auto brightness, which is designed to conserve battery life. Turning auto brightness on will save energy because your screen will use less power in dark places. The iPhone has an ambient light sensor that adjusts the brightness of the screen based on the light around it. This sensor turns the screen darker in dark places and brighter when there is more ambient light. This saves battery and makes the phone easier to use. Use dark mode. Dark mode can make your screen more pleasant to view and less of a strain on the eyes, especially when you are looking at it in a darkened room or at night. But the main reason you should use dark mode is that less power will be required to light up the display, making it a good option to save battery. Use dark mode all day if you really want to prolong the screen time of your iPhone. After you do this, apps that support dark mode will go to dark mode as well. One of them is Instagram. However, Facebook is not far behind. Currently, Facebook is testing its dark mode and it should release it very soon in the near future. Turn down volume. It might surprise you, but the volume setting affects battery life too. So if you are playing music or other audio from your iPhone, turn it down using the volume buttons. Of course, you could save battery power by not playing music, or you could switch to headphones, which won't require as much power as the iPhone internal speakers. Please note that the music app has an equalizer feature which takes up a surprising amount of power. Equalizer adjusts the music to increase bass, decrease treble, and other audio enhancements. Because these adjustments are made on the fly, they require extra battery power. Turn the equalizer off to conserve battery. However, disabling the equalizer gives a slightly modified listening experience. Disable Wi-Fi. So if your area has a poor Wi-Fi signal, your iPhone will continuously search for nearby Wi-Fi networks, which will drain your battery as the list of available networks constantly changes wherever you go. Connect to Wi-Fi when it is available. If you are not around a Wi-Fi network, like when traveling, disable Wi-Fi to save battery on the iPhone. Do not turn off Wi-Fi in the control center. This action is only to disconnect Wi-Fi with your network, but not turning it off. You should disable it in the setting. Just stay with your mobile data when there's poor Wi-Fi signal, and don't let it constantly search available networks wherever you go and drain your battery. Disable Bluetooth. Bluetooth is considered to be a battery drainer, and if you are not using it to connect to a speaker, headphones, or other accessory, then switch it off. Bluetooth is usually left on even though you turn off in the control center. This is because in the control center, when you turn Bluetooth off, it's actually disconnecting other devices which you had paired previously, not disable it. Now when you observe the background color of this Bluetooth icon, it is in white color, not the transparent background color like the Wi-Fi icon. If you go to the setting, the Bluetooth is in on status. When you click it and you will see the Bluetooth still can search and detect other Bluetooth devices in your surroundings. This constant search and detect will drain your battery. After you turn it off, the Bluetooth background color will be the same as the Wi-Fi. By disabling it, it will not repeatedly turn on every morning and connect to your Bluetooth device. If you don't have a habit of using Bluetooth frequently, it is better turn it off. Disable mobile data. If you connect to Wi-Fi with a good signal, then you should disable your mobile data. Your iPhone can receive two signals at once, one for calls and SMS and another one for data. So when you turn off mobile data, your iPhone still can receive calls and SMS, which means you are still contactable and you can browse the internet, watch YouTube, and read all those social media news by using your Wi-Fi connection. Another thing you should know is that the signal strength meter on the iPhone only shows the signal strength for the non-data connection, which means your iPhone could show 2 or 3 dots but actually have a very poor mobile data connection, thus causing your iPhone to go into heavy search mode. Apple quotes differently battery life for mobile data compared to Wi-Fi. Sometimes the differences can be as much as a few hours, depending on the iPhone model. Turning mobile data with fast transfer speeds requires more battery power from your iPhone. The power consumption is higher during times of heavy usage like making video calls or gaming. Use wisely only when it is necessary. Make sure personal hotspot is off. Personal hotspot turns an iPhone into a hotspot that broadcasts its mobile data to other devices within range. This is a useful feature, but it also drains the battery, especially if you don't turn the hotspot off after you have finished. The only time I use hotspot is because my friend needs it. Other than that, it is always off. Cut down notifications. If your screen lights up with a preview of every notification you receive, it's a consuming power with each text, breaking news alert, or Twitter follow. Cutting down on these interruptions can save your battery and time. Which one to use? Lock screen, notification center, or banner? For better performance, choose notification center and banner only. You can ignore lock screen so that whenever there's an incoming message, your screen won't wake up and show you the message. Too many notifications are both annoying and a drain on your battery because they can wake up an idle iPhone and turn on the display. Disable all social media. Only allow communication apps such as phone, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. Choose when unlock under for show previews at the top. This is because I prefer privacy and the contents of the message won't reveal unless I unlock my iPhone. Manage vibration. An iPhone can vibrate to get your attention for calls and other alerts, but to vibrate, the phone has to trigger a motor that shakes the device, a task that uses the battery. If a ringtone or alert tone is set up on the device, the vibration isn't necessary. Instead of keeping vibration on all the time, only use it when necessary, like when the ringer is off. Turn off automatic app updates. It is always a good idea to keep your apps and operating system up to date. Some updates can help your apps run faster and smoother, decreasing the processing power needed to make them function. Apple has support automatic app updates, meaning when an app update arrives, your iPhone will install it in the background so you are always up to date. That process can drain the battery though. Update apps manually when the battery is fully charged, but otherwise turn off automatic app updates. Manually download and update iOS. Most of the time you don't want to automatically update iOS without knowing what the changes are, especially the major one like the latest iOS14. Automatically downloading will drain your battery without you knowing it, so I normally will set it off and check updates manually afterwards. Turn off background app refresh. Some apps, if you allow them, refresh their content when you are not using them, so that when you return to them, you are served fresh content, saving you from needing to pull down to refresh. This is how it works. When you close an iOS app, it will keep running for a bit until entering a suspend state. With background app refresh, however, those suspended apps can still check for updates and new content, a process that can drain battery life. Toggle them off shouldn't have any effect on how the app works, but might take a moment longer to surface new information when you return to them. You can choose to disable your apps based on your preference. Adjust location services. Apps constantly requesting your location naturally consumes battery. Thankfully, iOS gives you more control over how and when apps access your location. Now you will be able to choose always, never, or while using the app. Location services are helpful for apps like Google Maps, Uber, or Grab, but those GPS pings can wear down a battery quickly. However, if you turn off location services completely, some of the useful apps will stop working, such as your weather app won't know where you are for the latest forecast, and you won't be able to use or ask Google for directions based on your current location. Thus, select while using the app for Google Maps, for example, and the app will only ping your location when you open it, not in the background, draining battery. Don't automatically upload photos to iCloud. Apple's iCloud Photos feature will send photos you take on your phone to the cloud, so you can access them on other devices and the web. It is a nice feature, especially if your phone is lost, stolen, or damaged. But yes, sending those photos to the cloud requires battery power. Anytime you upload data, the battery runs down. Make sure that you are intentionally uploading rather than automatically doing it in the background. Use low power mode. Low power mode isn't new, but it is super useful. It does all of the following. Limit screen brightness and reduce the delay before the screen turns off. Disable automatic fetching of new email. Disables motion effects, including those in apps and moving wallpapers. Disable automatic downloads. Set auto lock to 30 seconds. Minimize system animations. Reduce background activities like uploading new images to iCloud. Clocks down the main CPU and GPU so that the iPhone runs slower. Basically, low power mode only performs the most essential of tasks on an iPhone to conserve as much power as possible. Apple claims that turning this on will add up to 3 hours of battery life. Low power mode will automatically kick in when the battery falls below 20%, but you can also activate it manually to keep your iPhone going for longer. Turn on optimized battery charging. It maximizes the lifespan of your battery by minimizing the amount of time it is plugged in while fully charged. Apple explains that optimized battery charging slows the rate of battery aging by reducing the time that your iPhone spends fully charged. Find out which of your apps are using the most battery. The battery usage feature shows which apps use the most power over the last 24 hours and the last 10 days. Here you can see which app draws the most power so that you can limit using power-hungry apps such as games or Facebook when you are in low power battery. Facebook is a notorious battery drainer. Deleting it might provide the biggest boost to your iPhone's battery life. Actually, using Facebook's mobile website is another option which doesn't drain your battery as much as the Facebook app itself.